Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Ricky and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
Today, we're going to be doing another spoiler review for a movie. This time, it's on Disney Plus, called Safety, based on a true story and a very touching movie. Now, before we get into that review, if you want to support us and you like what we're doing here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share with your family and friends. And so, Steph, both of us being guys that liked football and even played a little football. What did you think about the movie, Safety?
As you stated, it was really good. It was very heart touching. I enjoyed the movie from start to finish. And to think that it was another football movie that was based on a true story was great. And it's crazy because I didn't hear about this, but maybe because honestly, when the movie started and they gave up the year, it said 2006. I didn't see that at first.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought when I see the 6, I thought 2016, right? So then I start seeing some of the clothes that they were wearing and heard some of the music. I was like,
yeah, this is way back
2016. What?
when we were still in high school.
Exactly. So I was like, wait a minute. Oh, 2006. Okay, it makes sense now. But yeah, I didn't hear about this story back then. I mean, and I'm pretty sure we was watching college football then, Sports Center, ESPN, and all that. And it's crazy that I'm just hearing about this story. And it's a really, really good story.
Definitely. I mean, I was surprised when I had a little research about the time. I'm like, really? And then when they showed after the credits and all that with the Oprah Winfrey interview and all that, I'm like, sheesh, man, this looks very old now. But it's definitely an inspiring story, sad and also heartwarming. And honestly, I was really surprised at the NCAA and their decision. It kind of shocked me, especially given the fact that this happened before a lot of the changes that are being fought for in court right now. And I'm like, if y'all did this, what's so hard about cutting into your profits a little bit to make more money in the long run? But back to the movie at hand. Do you have a favorite and least favorite moment?
All right, so
I think I know your least favorite though.
You very much so do know my least favorite. So my favorite, let me start off with my favorite first. Was literally like them just coming together, like the football team, the coach, the community, basically just trying to like, listen, man, he's trying to do right. I mean, if trying to do right by someone is the wrong thing, then the NCAA looks terrible. I mean, a lot of people say the NCAA looks terrible just in general because of how they go about their business, and I agree. You make millions of dollars off of players, their likenesses, their names, and all that other stuff, and you give them this much for it.
They make billions.
Exactly, and they make nothing for it is ridiculous. So it was glad to see the community rally around Ray and his brother for the story. And yeah, I'm gonna just say story. I'm not even gonna say movie because it's a movie, but it's an actual true life story. So my least favorite though, we had this discussion. That lady in the NCAA committee, man. Listen, I know that a lot of people say that a lot of people in the black community need to look out for each other, especially if it's something that that you can do for said person. Now, truth be told, it could have been it could have just been a lady and they just casted someone else of a different race, you never know that. So I didn't divulge into that information. But if she was a black lady and you see what this young man is going through, trying to raise his brother, go to school, and still participate in football, and for you to say no for that, or to vote no, it struck a nerve with me because they always say that, black folks want to see you do good for yourself, or they always teach you like maybe hey, can you help me out here? And like, it just like screamed to me that she didn't care. Like, granted, she said regretfully I had to say no, but then why do you regretfully have to say no if you know the circumstances?
I
It sucks.
Her whole reason, probably, if it really was a black person, she didn't want to be the black person that got on the committee and then support being labeled as trying to just support black folks and jeopardizing her seat on the committee. That's probably what it was for her.
But
But
if that's what it was for her,
wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, you have to look at it in the grand scope of things. Like, okay,
Look at it in the fact of based off the evidence. I don't even care about the race. It was effective evidence, everything.
exactly.
NCAA's always been wrong to never
Facts.
pay players. Not even, I can understand you giving them, okay, $1,000 a month just for them to be able to spend while on school, while you're paying for room and board and all that. Because living on campus for me, one, these schools is ridiculous. You gotta pay to use the laundromat on campus.
You gotta pay for everything, bro.
Yeah, you gotta pay for it. Any and every single thing. I understand, yeah, we're supposed to be living like we're adults and all that. But to some extent, when we're having to deal with school, and if you want to work or be an athlete, it's taxing.
Bro,
it doesn't need to be, especially if you're an athlete and you're making the school money.
Speaking just from a college experience, bro, like having to have your mom send you laundry money or stuff like that via like MoneyGram or something like that, bro. Do you know how many normal non-athlete college students get their parents to send them money? Either like they share a bank account or their parent has a side account for them to put. Like, do you know how many average students do have to go through that? And
but
like
how many
I had to
can afford that though? That's the problem.
exactly like there was people who are at college to be playing 2K games for $5 just to wash their laundry. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, I know.
So
people selling their game systems.
Exactly. So it's insane to think that, okay, and the thing was what made me mad, madder than what I was that he wasn't asking for help.
They just weren't voluntarily helping to
Exactly.
And honestly, I hated the way that they tried to perceive it because it wasn't like they were giving him money and helping him in that way. A ride in a rainy day, really?
Bro,
really.
that's
health risk there, particularly saving someone's life in a way.
Like, yeah, like if you
basement for the apartment complex.
Really. If you're driving, like we're friends, if you're driving and it's raining and you drive past me and you like, oh, yo, Steph, you need a ride real quick? Oh, okay, sure. That's just because you're giving me a ride doesn't mean like you trying to convince me to do something otherwise. No, you've seen someone in in need and you extended your hand. Simple as that.
And then I never got the point. If it's your coach, you go over to their house to eat dinner. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that at all. You're already on the team once.
Exactly.
You're going over to their house to eat dinner just to eat. Who knows? Y'all could be talking about next game plan, divulging further instead of having to be inside the school setting the whole time.
Yeah, it was just insane, man. Well, you can go ahead, man.
I mean,
I'll get off my soapbox.
In a way, that's kind of my least favorite part of this whole movie was that more so from the staff, well, the I guess assurance person for the school.
A compliance officer to make sure that they're in compliance.
Yeah. And my favorite part would have to be, there was quite a bit of them. Would have to be the elementary school dance. That was hilarious. Because of course, nobody was trying to dance, and then he actually got up the courage to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come busting him there, looking, just laughing, and she wanted to actually put her head on the shoulder. I'm like, where they do that at? In elementary school.
Yeah.
Definitely in 2006.
Facts.
But it's definitely a really good movie. Heartwarming, and of course, in the end, things got right. That was the good part. Personally, though, I still am mad at the mom. Not at the fact, okay, yes, she had an addiction, she had a disease, a problem, but the fact that she was reluctant at first to sign away parental rights to the brother to help his case when he already went and risked his own career to try to look out for his brother because you couldn't do it.
You know, before we end this video, what bothers me a lot about certain things and certain people's circumstances, like for example, right? You have family in Philly. I have family in Philly, right? If something was happening to my mom, I have my aunt I can go to. I had my grandma when I was growing up to go to. A lot of these people only have like their parent, like their mom, like, and it's sad because it's like, well, where's your grandma? Where's your? I mean, if your mother had siblings, well, where's the siblings? You know what I mean? And it's kind of sad, man, in a way that a lot of people don't have multiple people that they can turn to in the time of need.
I mean, that goes back. There's a big picture and a bigger issue with that, but I'm not going to touch on that in this.
I feel you.
But would you recommend this movie?
1000%, man. Definitely go ahead, watch Disney Plus if you don't have it already subscribed. Go ahead and get that free trial.
Or hey, if you got Verizon, you should be able to get at least a year or 6 months of Disney Plus for free. Check it out. Because I'm saying it's definitely a great movie. If you like football, or even if you like movies based on true stories, check this out. It's definitely a touching and heartwarming movie. And it wasn't even that long, if you ask me. What, an hour and some change?
I believe so, yeah.
So if you have watched it, let us know your thoughts and opinions on this whole topic in the comments below. And until next time.